Hello and welcome to another episode of Two Guys and a Chainsaw. I'm Todd.
And I'm Craig.
This week we decided to dip back into anthology territory. We haven't done a good anthology in a while. I think since we did the month of anthologies a while back, right?
I don't know, but when you suggested this movie, I would have put $100 down that we had already done it.
Oh, yeah?
I thought for sure we had already done it.
I had thought about it.
I'm surprised we haven't.
It comes to my mind every time we talk about doing anthologies, because this is an anthology I remember very distinctly watching as a young kid. And what we're talking about is Cat's Eye from 1985, with a screenplay written by Stephen King. It's an anthology of 3 stories. The first 2 stories are based on actual stories from his Night Shift collection, which, by the way, I wore out. I loved that book. I had a paperback of that.
Oh, it's so good.
And I probably read every story in there 3 or 4 times. I loved it.
Yeah.
And a third original one that was written specifically for this movie and specifically, I believe, to feature Drew Barrymore. So, yeah, I had great memories from watching this. It was fun to watch it again because all these things kind of came back to me. They made deep impressions on me as a kid, just imagery here and thematic material there. But I think it was Stephen King's first PG-13 rated movie. And so I guess it makes sense I could have watched as a kid. There's nothing in here that's really so terrible that I shouldn't have seen, I think. I was pretty young.
No.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, it's pretty tame. Me, I don't remember. I mean, I think I must have seen this when I was a kid, and I'll probably repeat this several times throughout the episode, I remember the third story so well.
Yeah.
And the other 2 stories, not so much. I mean, when I was looking at it and when I was looking it up and researching it and when I started watching it and stuff, I'm like, oh, yes, I remember these and I remember exactly what happens, but they're not particularly memorable to me.
Right.
Like, they're fine, whatever. But the third one...
So memorable.
I just absolutely loved when I was a kid and I would get so excited. This isn't one that we had on VHS, so if I would happen to catch it on cable or whatever, I would be so excited because I loved it. I love the third one so much.
I think that third one's the best. They really I can't say they really ramp up. I can just say that the third one's the best for me.
It's the best for the movie. I don't remember reading the first story, I don't think. No, I did. I read them both, Quitters, Inc. and The Ledge. I read them both several times because they were in that. I feel like both of those, they're fine, and the actors in them are good in this, and we'll, of course, get more specific about that in a second. They're fine. I just felt like those stories were better on the page. Like,
right.
They were, I don't know, for some reason they were more suspenseful and because there's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's not a lot to see and look at.
Yeah.
I liked them better on the page. They're fine here.
The movie...
meh.
The movie has to do a lot to stretch out visuals, I especially think of Quitters, Inc. because there's that whole sequence where he's kind of going crazy, where he's seeing cigarette stuff everywhere and he's kind of having these visions at this party. And like that, I don't think really was on the page. I think that was almost fabricated specifically to give us something visual to see for the movie. This is directed by Louis Teague. Louis Teague had just directed Cujo a couple years before this. And then this same year that Cat's Eye came out, also The Jewel of the Nile. Did you ever watch that? God, we loved that as kids.
I loved that movie when I was a kid, and it's not easy to find these days.
Well,
I haven't given in and paid for it yet, so I haven't seen it in a long time. But yeah, we loved it. I loved it when I was a kid too.
We watched that all the time, and that song, that Billy Ocean song, "When the Going Gets Tough."
Yeah,
tough
it's a great song.
God, we sang that all the time. Yeah, but if you go back and watch it, seriously, not good. Romancing the Stone still holds up, the one before it. But Jewel of the Nile, no, not good. And we did another one. So we did Cujo, also by this director. We did Alligator, too. He directed Alligator in 1980.
Oh, I liked Alligator.
That was a lot of fun, yeah. So great director. And then Stephen King wrote the entire screenplay for this. This might be one of his better written by Stephen King movies, I would say.
It's good. I like it.
It's tons of stars in here. Oh, my God.
Yeah, big.
Everyone's a star. And Alan Silvestri did the music for it. And it's all kind of synthy, and I actually wasn't blown away by the music, to be honest. But Alan Silvestri himself is a very distinguished. He's, Back to the Future. He did
Back to the Future, yeah.
Oh, God, The Witches. Like a million things. Like every movie you've ever loved, pretty much from this era on, he did the music for. There's so many things.
Yeah, I didn't love the synth score either, but I thought that it was fitting. Like,
yeah,
for the time and for the feel of the movie, I thought that it was fitting. It's no Back to the Future, but
no.
It's pretty prominently featured. Like especially towards the end of each story, it's pretty prominently featured to like tell you like this is the end,
right? Da da da. Oh man,
I didn't hate it, but it is very synthy and whatever. It's a thing. It's a bit on the nose.
It's a bit on the nose. I don't know what to say. It calls attention to itself, which a score really probably shouldn't do too often.
As far as the plot is concerned, I thought of you immediately when it started because it starts by following this beautiful cat, and I know that you're a cat person.
I love cats.
And I was like, oh my God, that is a gorgeous cat.
It is though, isn't it? It
is a beautiful cat.
It's not only a gorgeous cat. This is a well-trained cat.
He's a good actor.
My God. I have to imagine that the most difficult part of this whole movie was getting all these amazing cat shots. This cat is fantastic. It's running around. It's going in places. It's jumping over things. It's acting. I mean, whatever they did to I was hoping and praying that there would be something in the trivia that would tell me more about this damn cat and or his handler or her handler, and nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, I'm sure you read the thing about how they did the shocking scene, which is disturbing, but that's the only thing that I read about it too. But it is a beautiful cat, and I'm just reminded because Alan and I used to have cats, and we loved our cats, and it was great because we were in college and we lived in apartments. We didn't have a lot of space. Loved them, and then we switched to dogs, and we've been dog people ever since. I love cats. I think they're amazing. I think they're super smart. They are super independent and can pretty much take care of themselves. I just can't handle litter boxes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I hate them. I hate litter boxes. Disgusting.
Well,
and you can't have cats and dogs because dogs love litter boxes, and it's like a Chinese buffet for them. Like they're super excited.
Don't tell me that.
I know it's gross, and I know you can cut that. You can cut that.
No, we're gonna keep it. I think this is the second time you brought that up. Actually, we're gonna keep it in both circumstances.
So gross. But I love cats. They're gorgeous. But this movie, the through line is this cat. And I don't remember where it starts. I want to say New York. It travels all over New England in this movie.
This cat gets around.
Yeah, it gets around. The opening scene, like it's just running around and the camera's following it. And like it gets chased by Cujo.
It does. Almost hit by Christine. I mean,
yeah, like the car from Christine with a bumper sticker that literally says something like, "Watch out for me. I'm evil. I'm Christine." Like,
I know. Why? Come on.
I don't know. I like it.
Just slip that joke in without the bumper sticker calling it out. Oh, God.
I think it's so. I love them,
cheesy.
And there are tons of these little nods to Stephen King. At some point, somebody's watching the movie The Dead Zone. At some point, somebody's reading Pet Sematary. Like, I think it's funny.
It's funny. I liked it. I thought it was funny. I just thought, come on, give us some credit, will ya, on the bumper sticker.
True. Yeah, it was a little much.
Well, the cat runs around and goes all over the place, gets chased by Cujo, almost hit by Christine. Then it jumps onto a truck that is shipping tobacco somewhere. And then when it jumps out, it's in the middle of New York City. And so it kind of goes from the suburbs to New York City, I'd say. And I read that there was originally some scenes that explained the motivations of the cat.
I know. I read that too, and I can't imagine. Like,
what?
How
could that have been?
How are you gonna get like? Are we gonna get like the cat's backstory? Like, I don't get it. I think it was wise to leave it out, and I also didn't think like. It was so obvious to me that the cat was just the through line, and that it was going somewhere because after it gets off that truck, a mannequin that has Drew Barrymore's face,
Ghost Drew Barrymore.
Help me!
And Drew Barrymore just keeps popping up like everywhere in this movie. But
it's so weird.
I didn't find it odd at all.
Well, it's fine.
But with these kind of anthology movies, sometimes there's no through line at all. Sometimes it's just, well, now we're moving from this story to this story, like Creepshow or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
I kind of like that there's a through line in this.
The better ones definitely have through lines. Of course, Creepshow, the through line is kind of it's pages of a comic book. It's really simple, but there is kind of a through line. There's a framing story. I like that this has the cat as the through line, but it's funny that the through line is not just the cat; it's also Drew Barrymore.
I know, it's weird.
Like the cat just looks. How does this ghost?
Right? Who is Drew Barrymore, and why is she every girl? And she's calling to him. Like, first of all, she's multiple characters throughout the movie. And when we finally get to her, it's not like she's been psychically calling to this cat. Like, she doesn't know anything about it either.
Yeah.
It's just the essence of Drew Barrymore needs to get this cat to a particular Drew Barrymore to take care of her.
She was cast because the director really liked her in Firestarter, which was just a year before this.
I've never seen Firestarter. Have you?
I have. I saw it when I was a kid. It really freaked me out. And then I read the book, and it was good. I was okay.
I haven't read it either.
It's fine. It's a pretty simple book for a Stephen King book. It freaked me out as a kid because it's basically this kid and her father, I think, who both have the psychic power that they can start fires, and the government's pursuing them, and they've got to, get away from them.
Yeah. I get it. She's a fire starter. I get it.
I am the fire starter.
Stop.
Gotta sing.
Yeah, okay, all right. So the mannequin talks to the cat and it's like, help me. Okay, and then we get the first story, and it's James Wood, and he's going to, like, a smoking cessation facility. Like, he wants to stop smoking or whatever.
Yeah, Quitters Inc.
Is it Wood or Woods?
Woods.
I can't remember.
James Woods.
Woods.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My sister moved to LA right out of college, and she was auditioning for shows and stuff, and he had a show, and she auditioned for his show, and I had always heard that he was a dirtbag, and, like, he just seems like a dirtbag.
Oh, yeah.
But she said that she auditioned for him, and in fact, he is a dirtbag.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to say, he's actually really nice. Oh, man.
No, he's actually not. Like, my sister, she's like 5'7" or something.
Yeah.
She's a little tiny person, and she's like, James Woods was only interested in, like, the tall, skinny blondes with big boobs, and those are, like, the only people that he would see. However, she said that his co-star, I don't even know what the show was, but I'm pretty sure his co-star was Andy Richter, and she said he was lovely.
Of course. I wouldn't expect anything less from Andy Richter.
But anyway, so he goes to this smoking cessation place, and the guy who is, I don't know, the boss there. I don't know anything about this guy. I looked up his name. His name is Alan King. Mm-hmm. And I really don't know anything about him, except for that I 100% know who he is. Like, I've seen him in a bazillion things. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of a, not old Hollywood, but older Hollywood than us. But he was... Yeah. I feel like he was in everything for a minute.
He really was. He always played often played kind of a heavy guy, sometimes a father, that type of thing. I think more or less after this, like he was in Bonfire of the Vanities, and God, yeah, now that I'm looking, Rush Hour 2, it's funny that
I know, because you just recognize
it doesn't look like he was in that much that I would recognize, but God.
He's got a great voice, a very recognizable voice. I guarantee if you watch this movie, you'll see this guy and you'll be like, oh, yeah, that guy.
That guy, yeah.
I've definitely seen him.
This guy.
So he shows James Woods this, like, room behind glass that's, like, just a metal grate floor, and the cat is in there.
They picked up the cat from the street.
Yeah, some goon picked up the cat, right, whatever. And they start playing... And I skipped something. When he was in the lobby, there was some guy in the lobby, and he was super, super nervous. And then his wife came out, and the wife looked like she was in bad shape, like not good. Mm-hmm. So now he sees this room and the cat, and they start playing Twist and Shout or something. I don't know. And then they start shocking the cat. Like, the floor is electrified. Like, they're shocking the cat. And he says, well, the song is part of the conditioning. Okay, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But basically, he tells... What I don't understand about this is apparently that just by walking into the building, you have contracted yourself to this.
I know.
Because
yeah,
when he finds out, this guy's like, well, the first time, operatives will be watching you all the time. All the time.
It's about quitting smoking. Yeah.
Yeah, and you won't... sometimes you'll know they're there, sometimes you won't. They're going to be watching you all the time. And the first time you get caught, we put your wife in the electric shock room. Mm-hmm. The second time you get caught, we put your daughter, and they know where her school is. They know everything about him.
Yeah.
We put your daughter in the electric shock room. Third time, your wife gets raped.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Excuse me?
Uh-huh.
And he hasn't agreed to anything. Like, he was... A friend of his referred him to this place. He walks into the office, sat in the waiting room, and then got pulled into this office, and this guy just starts telling him all this stuff.
Did he even pay? I don't get it.
It's crazy.
I don't get it. It was so much better on the page, I'm sure, because I read this and the story just made me sick. Well, he then comes home and he's freaked out. And I guess, I don't know, wouldn't you just call the cops or something at this point? But he sneaks downstairs, eventually wakes up in the middle of the night and wants to get a smoke. He sneaks downstairs into his office, which is a room with the windows open. The blinds are wide open while he digs through his drawers and finds an almost empty pack with one cigarette left in it. When he pulls it out and gets ready to light it, the closet door in there kind of opens a little bit. So then he goes over and he grabs an umbrella to push it open. And then when he opens the second door, his golf clubs all fall out. So then he tosses the umbrella back into the closet and hears a oof from somebody. Now, he looks in and sees galoshes, which are surely not his.
They're wet.
Sticking out from under the clothes. They're wet. And
he can see that they're wet.
What does he do? He's just like, I didn't smoke it. Notice I didn't light it. Tears it up and walks out of the fucking room. What?
I don't know. I thought that part was scary.
Oh, it was scary, but he leaves and goes back up to bed. What? You think there's a guy in your closet? It's pretty clear there's a guy in your closet. You're just going to accept that and go to bed?
But then he goes and yells at the guy. Like, he goes back to the place and yells at the boss man. It's like, there was somebody in my house. And he's like, yeah, well...
Yeah, it could happen.
They do their job.
He doesn't really check the closet until the next day when the galoshes are not there, but then he sees dirt, footprints coming out of it. I'm like, oh my God. So that was weird. I didn't like that bit just because I thought it was so dumb.
My thinking was, yeah, there's somebody in there and he knows that now, but he also knows who it is. And
so he doesn't care.
Well, it's not that he doesn't care, but, like, he's so freaked out. Like,
he thinks they'll shoot him or something.
They're not necessarily here to hurt me. They're just watching.
Right.
I think he's afraid of getting in trouble. Like, he doesn't want to get in trouble.
Gotcha.
Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
It's fine.
So then the next day, he goes... I was a little confused about this. He goes and visits his daughter, Drew Barrymore, in a terrible wig and glasses. And he gives her a legit Cabbage Patch Kid. Loves that.
That was big back then. That was big.
I had one. Did you have one?
Oh, I had one. Yeah, for sure. Mine was a ringmaster, a circus ringmaster. He had boots. He had a snazzy vest and outfit. He had a top hat. He was badass. I might still have him. So I think I do.
Mine was before they started specifically making like the infant, like baby ones when they were still Cabbage Patch Kids.
Uh-huh.
Mine was bald-headed except for a little tiny tuft of blonde hair at the top. They came with names.
Oh, yeah. Birth certificates.
Yeah. I don't remember if my Cabbage Patch Kid came with its name. I mean, I know it came with a name, but I remember that its name was Rabbi Lee.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the name that was on his birth certificate or if I made that up, but that was my little almost bald-headed Cabbage Patch's name, Rabbi Lee.
My Cabbage Patch Kid came from Babyland General Hospital down in Georgia.
Oh gosh, that's great. I love it.
Do you know about this place? I think it still exists.
No.
It's this like house that you can go to, and inside it's a hospital for Cabbage Patch Kids. It's where they're born. There is a Cabbage Patch inside here, and you can gather around and witness them birthing Cabbage Patches out of these Cabbage Patches.
Cabbages.
Oh my God, that was a trip. I remember that. That's where I got my ringmaster, because they had a giant circus, kind of like an automated, like where they had put all the Cabbage Patch Kids in, but then they could they were trapezes and there were things and it would all move and stuff in the middle, and I was entranced by that. That was a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine came from Santa. So anyway, so he visits Drew Barrymore at her school, and that's weird. And I couldn't tell what was going on with that. I almost felt like they were kind of telling Drew Barrymore to maybe kind of play it kind of slow.
Yeah.
Why? I didn't understand what was happening. And it doesn't appear that their child lives with them, right?
Right.
The only time we ever see her is at school.
I guess you're right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. And the guy from the smoking place shows up and
menaces him a little bit.
Yeah. And then he gets stuck on a drawbridge.
Just like the opening to Maximum Overdrive, remember?
It's the same bridge. I read that too.
Oh, is it? I didn't see that part.
Yeah, it's the same bridge that was filmed on, and
that makes sense.
I know. And when I read that, I was like, oh yeah, it looks like that bridge. I remember that bridge. Right. Okay, but he's on a drawbridge. He's looking around. He's thinking, surely nobody will see me. One of the cars right next to him is a convertible, and this guy is making out with the girl. And I am like, well, obviously that's one of the...
It's him.
It's obviously one of the watchers or whatever.
You don't think it's the two kids completely unbuckled in the back of the station wagon in front of him doing the pillow fight?
No, I didn't think it was them.
There were so many dated things in this movie. It was really cute to watch. Nobody does that anymore, obviously, but it was not uncommon for us to ride in the back seat of
not
our
at all.
Station wagon without seatbelts on.
We didn't wear seatbelts.
No.
Nobody wore seatbelts back then.
We had a seat that flipped up and faced backwards. I don't even think that's legal anymore, but we had it installed in our Volvo station wagon. It was this hard as hell seat that I think was plywood covered with the thinnest amount of fabric you could get. And it would flip up, kind of open up, and there were seatbelts, but we would be facing backwards. It's enough for two small kids to sit next to each other, facing whoever was coming up behind you. Probably the most unsafe thing in the world when you think about it. Somebody rear ends you.
Yeah.
God.
My mom drove a minivan for decades. She's out of her minivan phase, but she drove a minivan for decades. And the first minivan that I remember that she had didn't have 3 seats. Instead, it had the second seat that folded down into a full bed. And it was amazing. When we would go places on vacation and stuff, and that were long drives, we would just drive through the night because my parents could put that bed down, and my sister and I would sleep in the back, blankets, pillows. I'm telling you, it was a full-size bed. And then we'd wake up in the morning and we'd be there, and they wouldn't have had to have dealt with kids through the whole drive. It was amazing. I loved it.
It is. Different time.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know. I think there's a movie that we watched. He discovers cigarettes in the glove box. Yeah.
He just in the glove box, and he thinks he's going to be real sneaky, and he
puts shades on.
Oh my gosh.
Leans down
and
smokes.
Ducks down.
It's so funny, actually, because the smoke is clearly coming up in the car, and then you just see this arm come up and try to wave it over.
You wave it away. I've been there. I get it. I quit smoking, though. I switched it for vaping, so I'm not going to brag too much, but
it's something. It's definitely something.
I quit smoking. Smokers out there, if you didn't think you could do it, I didn't think I could do it, but I can, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. In fact, one day, I just smoked my last cigarette, and that was it.
Wow.
And then I just started vaping.
You had to replace it with something, but it's somehow that's a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have a cold and a sore throat all year round anymore. For the longest time, when I smoked cigarettes, I was always sick. I always had a cold. Go back and listen to our old episodes. I used to put Todd through the ringer, editing
coughing.
out my coughing.
You don't know how many coughs I had to edit out this guy's.
You can do it. It's possible. But it is hard for some people. My dad's been struggling with it forever. He can't beat it. But so he smokes and he gets caught and they put his wife in the shock room.
Yep. And then it's interesting because then he goes into the room, I guess, to meet her after the shock room. He's got to confront her and they watch it on camera, but there's no sound. And one of his goons is like,
Hey, boss, ain't you gonna turn the sound up?
There's no reason to. When you've been in the business as long as I have, you get to know every line. In 30 seconds, she's either going to squeeze this guy hard enough to give him a hernia, or she's going to slap him in the face and walk out.
They make bets on which it's going to be. And sure enough, she embraces him. Hard to imagine, but I don't know. I think it's an interesting concept. And like I said, I think it worked a lot better on the page. On the screen, everything seems so extreme that it's really hard to buy into. But you just go with it. Really quickly now, it's suddenly like they're all on good terms now, right? Like he's been through the program. He's been off smoking for a while, apparently. Now he's with that guy and his goon, and they're in his office, but it's like a little medical checkup, and he's like, you got to keep this target weight.
And they're chummy.
Yeah.
Like, they're friendly.
Like, thank you for threatening me to help me cut smoking. But then he jokes as he leaves. This is what I remembered so much as a kid. I don't remember again if it was from the movie or from the story, but he jokes with him and he's like, now you got to keep that target weight up or whatever like that. And then James Woods is like, or what are you going to do? Come home and do something else? He says, no, I'll just go home and cut your wife's finger off. Whatever. And then the last scene, which I thought was great, is he's sitting at the table, two couples having that classic 80s dinner party with the linen tablecloths and the candelabra that they bring out. And they're toasting, him and his friend who brought him there originally, and their wives are toasting to Quitters, Inc. And as his friend's wife raises her glass, he sees that her pinky finger is indeed cut off. So the idea is that this is probably, he's never going to be out of this.
Right.
He's always going to be under the gun. And it's scary as hell.
Yeah. Again, by every account that I've heard, James Woods is kind of an asshole, but he's a good actor.
He is.
And I liked him.
He's real young in this.
Yeah. I liked that one. And then the cat gets away.
Yeah.
And takes the ferry to Atlantic City.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
Or something. I don't know. And then
it goes.
Drew Barrymore is in a commercial on television. Again, like, help me. It's still coming for me. It's getting closer. Okay. This story, I do remember reading this story, and I think that this story is excellent. I think that this is an excellent short story. And it was first published in Penthouse magazine, which is perfect. Stephen King did that a lot. I mean, he was
Playboy, Penthouse.
Yeah, he was a young writer. This was his job. He was getting paid. He would get this shit published wherever he could get it published. And it was Playboy and it was Penthouse, but other more mainstream publications too.
Well,
and like, I think this is a great Penthouse story. It's seedy. I mean, it's not porny at all.
No.
At all. But it's set in a world that is appropriate for Penthouse magazine, I think.
Well, I mean, it was an honor. I mean, to have a short story, and it's so quaint now, you can't... Who even reads a magazine now?
I know, right?
But magazines used to be a very big outlet for starting writers to publish their short stories, and Playboy was one of the biggest magazines. If you had a story in Playboy, you were well respected. You know, they're not just sex stories or anything like that. Like, really, they would have actual literary short stories in there.
Yeah. So, for sure.
Yeah, he made it big when he did that. It helped him along his way anyway.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. I like this one too. It's okay. It's better. I think, again, it's better on the page. But I was just enthralled by the very beginning where they get this cat back in here. Because the cat makes it to Atlantic City, and we follow this guy out of the casino that he owns. He's your typical mafia boss kind of dude.
Yeah, big wig. Mm-hmm.
And he was clearly making an entrance, right, as an actor. It's one of those deals where they concealed his face, like we're just following behind him as he walks out the front door of his very busy casino. And then he spins around to answer someone's question, And I imagine at the time the entire audience would go, oh, it's him, Kenneth McMillan, who's been in a million things, and you'd recognize him as well. He was in Dune just before this. He was in Amadeus. He was in a lot on television. Oh, yeah. Dog Day Afternoon, Stepford Wives, Serpico, Taking of Pelham 123. I really like the Taking of Pelham 123, and he's the borough commander in that one. The original, there was a remake, but the original 1974 one is fantastic. Right. Anyway, yeah, so he makes his entrance, and then he and some guy he knows noticed the cat across the street it's stuck in the median, and they make bets as to whether or not the cat will make it across or not. I loved this sequence, and I do not know how they shot this while keeping that cat safe. There was one spot where they were clearly overlaying 2 shots, but a lot of the rest of it, I don't know if they just had glass up to keep the cat from moving too far or whatever, but I was scared for that damn cat. And the cat does end up making it across the street, so the boss guy wins, but not without 2 cars swerving to avoid him crashing into each other.
I wasn't scared for the cat.
Yeah, well, you knew the cat was going to live.
That cat knows what's up.
I loved that bit. And, it's funny how, like, a lot of these anthology stories, they don't try to tie their wraparound or framing stories in as well as this one does. That cat is a fixture.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of these stories, and has his little moment in this one before we get on to the story,
As we've already said, but I want to emphasize again, this cat is a good actor, and I am invested in his story.
Yeah, no joke, right? Oh God.
I am with this cat all the way. It turns out that this big boss man, his girlfriend, is having an affair with the guy from Airplane.
Yes, Robert Hayes.
Yeah. The mafia type guy confronts the Airplane guy, and what does he make him an offer like you can have her if or something. I don't know.
He sends his girlfriend away because he knows he's in trouble. He owes money or something like that, or he's stolen money. I'm not quite sure what it was. But as soon as these guys abduct him, just as soon as he's set her away, they plant heroin in his car and drive it to a parking garage. And he threatens that he's going to call the police, and he's going to tell him about the heroin, and this guy's going to be in big trouble, or he can make a wager. If he wins the wager, he can have the money back, he won't call the police, and he can have his wife.
Yeah.
And so they go, and the wager is that there's this just very narrow, 5-inch ledge that goes around the entire building. They're up on, I don't know, the penthouse suite of some very, very, very tall New York skyscraper type thing. And he's like, you can just walk around the whole thing, then you win.
Yeah, and I remember this being really, really good. It's a really good story. It doesn't transfer as well to the screen, I don't think, because ultimately it just gets boring. On the page, the tension is so high, and I don't remember what the narrative perspective is, but I don't remember if we're in this guy's head, but it's just very tense. Here, we're just watching a guy scoot along a ledge.
Yeah.
I get it.
A bird pecks at him for a while. The guy pops out and throws things at him and blasts water at him every now and then. But maybe the only scary... I don't know. The only real tense part is when he gets to this sign that's stuck to the side of the building, and the sign kind of falls apart, and he's dangling from it for a while. But I don't know. I just always felt like I knew he was going to make it.
Yeah.
Because how's this story going to end? He just plummets off the ledge? That's no fun. So I knew he was going to make it. So I felt like I was just watching him go through the paces here. And you're right. It's kind of slow.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, things happen.
Visually, it's good.
Like you said, like a pigeon pecks him and he's like, ow, you little pecker. Oh, that's funny. There's a pecker joke in the next one too. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And yeah, he has to climb up an electrical cord and stuff, and the cat is there, and there's a shootout. I don't remember. Yeah. I guess a shootout between the, I don't know, good guys and bad guys or whatever, but it ultimately ends up with him making the mob guy do the ledge.
Yeah.
And I think that's how the story ended too.
Yeah.
I think the story may have been a little bit more ambiguous in the end, but for sure he makes the mob guy get out on the ledge and do the walk or whatever. In the movie, I don't remember what happens in the book, but in the movie, that same rascally pigeon pecks at the heavy mob guy and he falls off and dies.
Yeah, he doesn't last long.
The end. The end. And so then the cat catches a train to Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yes, this cat knows how to get around.
It gets around.
Oh, God.
And this is my favorite one. And I love it. I love it from start to finish.
It's so
I
good.
love that as soon as the cat arrives, we are introduced to this new family. And the way that we're introduced to them is that we see a strange point of view shot from what could be a cat.
Yeah.
Because it's small and quick and low to the ground, but it's also making funny noises like
Yeah. It's like Evil Dead cam going through
but tiny.
Yeah, but small.
Because it's real close to the ground. It's really small. And it turns out that it's some kind of troll. And apparently the essence of Drew Barrymore has been warning the cat, like, this thing is coming for me. Apparently now it's there and it's found her, but the cat gets there at the same time. Thank God.
Just in time, too, really.
Just in time.
The girl, Amanda is her name, Drew Barrymore, and she's got these lovely parents. They have this lovely house in this place, and the cat runs up to her and into the house, I think, and she's like, can we keep it? Can we keep it? And she calls it General, but they insist on putting the cat out every night. And at some point...
The mom does.
Yeah.
The mom's kind of a bitch.
She is. She's a little... She's not nice to this cat.
Well, she's just a mom. She's doing her best. I shouldn't judge her.
All right. I remember this little conversation between her and her father at breakfast.
Your mom just happened to have a conference call with Nana last evening, and Nana told your mom that cats steal kids' breath.
Why would General take my breath if he has his own?
Well, you have to put all the animals outside in the night. I mean, especially the cat animals, because if you don't, they climb up and sit on your chest and suck all your breath out like this.
That is very, very helpful, Hugh.
Is that a thing, or is that just something Stephen King made up?
It's an old wives' tale. No.
Is it? Okay.
I think it's an old wives' tale. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I think people specifically say it about babies, like infants. That makes a lot of sense because cats do like to sleep with you. And like if a cat were to sleep on a baby's head, then
that would be
that
bad.
Could be problematic. Right. I think that's where it comes from.
When I was a baby and we were living in Fort Worth, Texas, my parents had a very problematic cat named Tigger, and they said there was something wrong with Tigger, that like it was a very neurotic, strange cat. And they came and found Tigger once in my crib snarling at me. And that's when they realized Tigger has to go. I've been exposed to cat on infant violence in my life, apparently.
We're telling lots of personal stories this
We really
episode,
are. I almost shouldn't tell you what happened to Tigger.
Oh, well, now you have to.
Both of my parents are nurses, you know that. And my dad decided to play nurse anesthetist himself on Tigger. He put Tigger in his favorite cage with his favorite blanket and all that stuff in the garage behind the exhaust pipe of the car and put Tigger to sleep himself.
No, well, that's all right.
They knew that they couldn't give Tigger away to any other family because Tigger was really that problematic. So they decided to... Yeah, my dad, I don't know how... He feels a little guilty about... I don't know if he feels guilty. We don't talk about it much, but I haven't really probed him on that one in all
What
these
difference
years.
does it make? I mean,
Doesn't matter, you know.
That
it's
was
not
a
that big.
humane... It was humane. That's fine.
He did it in a humane way, yeah.
I think my grandpa, if there were unwanted litters... I mean, he was a farmer, and they didn't, spay or neuter their animals. So if there was an unwanted litter, he would just like put them in a sack and throw them in the pond.
Oh, no. Are you serious? Oh, God.
Yeah. But what I was going to say was we never had pets growing up because my parents, when my mom was pregnant with me, they had a dog that they loved. I can't remember what its name was. I think it was like a spaniel, some kind of spaniel. And they loved it so, so much. And literally like the day before or just days before I was born, it got hit by a car in front of their house. And my dad had to shoot it with a gun to put it out of his misery.
Oh.
And we never had pets until I was like a teenager. We finally got a cat. Oh,
That's
man.
funny.
But I always really wanted a pet, just like Drew Barrymore really wants this cat really bad. And she already has a parakeet.
Mm-hmm.
Did you? It's
Go
so
on.
funny. Like, did you ever have birds? I don't. My mom hates birds.
So
my
do
mom
my
is
parents.
scared of birds, and so we never had them. Alan had a bird. I wish I could remember its name. It's like Chewy or El Chapo or something. I don't remember. But he talks about it, and he and his mom loved that bird. I think they're disgusting, and I think that they're disgusting to have in your house. But she has one, and the mom doesn't want to have the bird, or excuse me, the mom doesn't want to keep the cat because she's afraid that, well, it seems like she just doesn't like
No.
the cat anyway, but she says, it'll get the bird or whatever. But Drew Barrymore is like, but I've been having these bad dreams where a monster comes out of my wall and General will protect me.
Yeah.
And that's true. That's what is happening. There is a monster in her wall.
General
And
finds a
it's
way into
horrifying.
the house. It is horrifying.
Yeah.
Again, as a kid, this just really hits you where it hurts, right? You're always worried about the monsters in your bedroom. And this little opening, almost like a little mouse hole, just kind of folds itself back down at the baseboard in this one spot in her room, and this little troll comes out, and it's green, and it's kind of gremlin-like, and it is fantastic. And I love what they're doing here with this creature.
Me too.
It's not stop motion. It's like a combination of a little puppet, but mostly it's the gate. It's what they did with the gate, where you've got just this giant-sized set and a person in costume.
Uh-huh.
It's so good. And
I love it.
Creature was designed by Carlo Rambaldi, who did, we've done a couple Italian movies that he did makeup and puppetry and stuff effects for, but then he went on to do E.T. He designed the E.T. creature, King Kong.
I love it. I love it. It's familiar. Like, I think she says something about, that story, the Three Billy Goats Gruff. It's like that, but it lives in my wall. And it is, like, it's kind of familiar as a troll, but it's also unique.
Yes. It's a great design.
It's fantastic. It has this kind of flat nose, and I mean it's got like these tiny razor sharp teeth, but its mouth articulates in a way that a human mouth doesn't.
Yeah.
Like its lips seem to have multiple points of articulation. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's really cool. It looks great. The only thing, and this isn't a criticism because I don't care, but the only thing is I couldn't really get a gauge on its size, because sometimes it looked like it was the size of a softball.
Right.
And sometimes it looked a little bit bigger.
It is a little unclear.
Yeah, but I didn't care. It looks great. Like, I loved the stuff where they were clearly filming it on oversized sets. It looks fantastic.
So good.
I loved the stuff when it was like crawling on Drew Barrymore, and I don't know how they did that. And does it look 100% real? No, but it looks great. And
looks good enough.
And it's scary. Like I said, when I was a kid, this is the one that stuck with me because it was scary.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really know what's going on because she's asleep, but she, I guess, kind of remembers it or is dreaming it or whatever. And she tries to tell her parents, and they brush it aside, as parents do.
Yeah. I mean, it's a monster in your room, of course.
When you're a kid, I don't know. I don't know if I remember it, or it's just we've seen so many of these movies, but like that's so frustrating when parents just kind of brush it aside. Like,
yeah, okay,
well, I guess when you find me dead, then maybe you'll take me seriously.
Right.
Which is almost what happens here.
It is.
Mom, the troll kills the bird.
Mm-hmm.
And the cat tries to, I don't know, stop it, protect the girl, I don't know. But the cat gets implicated in the death of the bird.
Yes.
So the mom captures it in a box and takes it to a kill shelter where it is going to be killed the next day.
Yeah, that was fast, right? Jesus. I love that the dad picks up the cat and before mom takes it away, because mom does this while dad is gone at work. I love it how he picks up the cat and he sees that it has a wound on his shoulder, and he's like, that's a pretty big wound on there. And she's like, oh, well, it looks like Polly got one more peck at it. before it got, he's like, I certainly never realized that Polly has such a big pecker. That's our second pecker joke. Do you think there was a pecker joke in the first one that we missed?
I don't know.
Is that another through line for this? I don't know.
I don't know, but this one made me laugh really hard. And this dad is played by somebody recognizable too.
Oh, yeah.
Famous. I couldn't figure out. I didn't know him from anything in particular. It was just another one of those guys I've seen in everything.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So the cat is gone, but it's also very crafty. So it tricks the worker. Like, it pretends like it's really sleepy. And then when the worker opens the door, it bolts out. Mm-hmm. And I believe that because cats are crafty. That's one of the things that I like about them.
And they're fast, too. Yeah.
They are very fast.
I love cats.
And it escapes, and it runs through the rain. And cats hate being wet, so it must really care about this girl. Mm-hmm. It runs back to her house where the troll is making its big play. It has put a doorstop in the door, and it gets up on her chest, and it starts sucking out her breath. And she's like coughing and stuff. And then the cat shows up, and it and the troll have a big fight.
Oh, man, this fight is awesome. It's all over the room. It's with everything.
I know, so good.
Marbles and toys and roller skates being thrown. And somehow a big dictionary falls down in front of his hole so he can't get back away. And he ends up on the record player.
No, but before that, he tries to float away on some helium balloons, and he's like bobbing up and down on the helium balloons. And it was so funny, like they're showing the cat like swatting at this thing dangling from helium balloons, and it's just obviously some inanimate thing. And the cat swats it and it just starts spinning, spinning, spinning. So then they cut to a shot of the troll, and it's like the troll is just spinning, spinning. And it's like It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It lands on the record player, which plays the Police's I'll Be Watching You or whatever, which is the second time we've heard it. But it's funny. And Drew Barrymore is shouting from her bed, play it faster, play it faster.
And the cat is dutifully flipping
upping the RPMs.
Oh, like he knows.
This is so funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like, young people today, anybody any younger than us, I feel like, did you have a record player? I did. I had one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. I had my own record player. We had a family record player. We could stack multiple records up on it, and they'd come down automatically. Oh, yeah. I had one in my room. I would just play all the time.
I think, well, my dad had like a nice stereo. I had a Fisher-Price record player, but
mine
worked.
Mine was like a Fisher-Price one. Yeah, it was like it was mostly plastic, I think, but it worked. You play records on it. Yeah.
I feel like we are the last
kind of
generation that experienced that, and to know, as I recall, mine only had two speeds. There was a faster RPM and a slower RPM.
Yeah, the 45 and the 35, I think, yeah.
Right. This one apparently is just like on a sliding scale, and he can turn it up so it sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks on speed, and he does. And you see the little troll like holding on to the
little
central
knob
post and the thing, and it's going, ah! I love its little noises.
It's cute.
You've got to put in some kind of clip of its little noises because they're so funny. And it shoots off into her
box fan.
Her box fan.
Oh my God.
And gets totally obliterated as though this were some kind of like industrial
right.
Oh, it just gets obliterated. It's hilarious. And then what I didn't remember this, and what I find most funny is the parents come in.
Yeah.
And they think that the cat has done something bad, and the girl tells them what really happened. And they look at the fan, and it's all blood and guts and gross stuff, but there's a little troll arm and a little troll dagger, and they pick it up. And the mom's like, okay, you can keep the cat. Just don't tell anybody about this. What?
Such a weird reaction, right?
Like, no one can know that we had a little troll in our house. You can keep the cat. So long as you don't tell anybody.
It's almost like she's blackmailing them now, because now you see that General is like eating a fish.
Like a bronzino.
On a silver platter with parsley garnish.
And then he goes up, the last scene, he goes up and the cat jumps up on Drew Barrymore's chest and gets right up next to her, almost like, like they thought it was going to steal her breath, but instead it just licks her mouth, which is gross. It just ate a big raw fish. It's disgusting. However, I have animals. My dogs lick their buttholes and then they come kiss me on the mouth, and I don't care. So
It's a cute.
It's actually kind of cute.
I thought it was a very cute ending, especially since it was established this old wives' tale, and it turns out that it's the troll doing it, not the cat, and then the cat licks her instead of taking her breath. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
And then credits, and there's a Cat's Eye song.
Oh, is there? I didn't even.
You did.
All I saw. No, the credits started coming up, and they list the actors first, and Drew Barrymore is listed first, and just credited as our girl, which I thought was cute. But I didn't pay attention to the song. I didn't know there was a Cat's Eye song.
You should have listened to the chorus. It's like, Cat's Eye, you've got a cat's eye. Something like that. It's so charmingly 80s and entirely forgettable. But I love it when a movie has a theme song that references the title at the end. Yeah, it's always good.
Me too.
I really enjoyed this. I mean, look, I did think that the second one was a little slow. I thought the first one read better on the page. I think we both kind of came to that conclusion. They're not amazing. A Creep Show is way better. Both the Creep Shows are way better.
Yeah,
but
true.
The through line of the cat is just so charming, and it's so well done.
Yeah.
And the third story just like makes up for it all. And I enjoyed it. I just had a good time with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and even in the first two, I don't think they're great, but I also don't think they're bad. In fact, like the acting in them is quite good.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it, and I think that you'll like it and or / appreciate it because it is well done. It's just I would 100 times go back and watch the third segment again. I don't necessarily need to watch the first two over and over. I've seen them. They were good. That's fine. The third one's great, and I love it, and I would watch it 100 times over. But if you've never seen it, I think you'll like it. I do think you'll like it.
Yeah. I recommend it. Highly, I don't know. I recommend it. If you're looking for an anthology, it's nice. There are worse ones out there. There are better ones out there. It's just fun.
Yeah.
And if you're a cat lover, 100%.
Gorgeous cat. Beautiful cat in this movie.
Well, thank you so much for listening to another episode. If you enjoyed this, please share it with a friend. Please write a review of this show, only if you like it, on Apple Podcasts or wherever you review podcasts. Please help us spread the word. You can join our Patreon by going to patreon.com/chainsaw podcast. And for just $5 a month, you can get complete unedited phone calls that we use for this. And we got some juicy stories in this one. So you get your money's worth sometimes with some of these weeks. Anyway, you can get that. You can get mini-sodes that we put up, reviews. We have a book club going there. We have a lot of fun activity on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/chainsaw podcast. Also, just chainsawhorror.com is our website. Send us a message there as well. Send us a voice message right there as well. There's a Speak to Us link for that. And you can sign up for our newsletter. Our weekly newsletter tells you a little bit about what's going on in horror from this week and the previous week, and tells you a little bit about what's coming up next on our show and what's happening with the patrons. Thank you so much, listeners, for listening. And until next time, I'm Todd.
And I'm Craig.
With two guys and a chainsaw.